Welcome to the View.
Stay tuned for a funny segment
Wait a
on
minute.
child abuse.
What?
Yes, child abuse. It can be funny.
No, I know it can be funny, but it's not right now.
I said stay tuned.
Oh, okay. Well, stay tuned for the end of the show, too. I mean,
Stay tuned for the end of the world.
yes, it's there.
We're going to talk about Michael's Botox emergency.
Michael and Ernie's Botox emergency.
I had no emergency.
No. Just the Botox.
Michael went to the doctor.
With Ernie.
And he
Michael and Ernie went to the doctor.
He insisted on getting so much Botox.
Oh, please.
That.
I got exactly the same amount as you did.
Well, then why did yours cost more?
Because I got Restylane with my Botox.
Well,
I had a shot of Restylane.
So you had Restylane. You had more Restylane.
Yes.
So
I needed some Restylane.
What did you have the allergic
Sleeping
reaction
well.
to?
The Restylane.
So he shot his face up full of Restylane.
I didn't shoot my face up with anything.
And
A certified
it was a real doctor, a real medical doctor did it. Health professional. So he
that you brought me to, that you introduced me to, that you brought me to, drove me to in your car.
He's a good doctor, yes.
Yeah.
So then what
killed
happened?
me.
So then what happened?
Your friend injected me with poison, and my face got all swollen like the Elephant Man.
It was so funny. So you were in a panic.
I was in a panic.
Calling me, calling David.
Yes, and
calling the doctor.
Calling the doctor and having taken my picture.
And this is how so concerned he was about it that he said, when are you going to take me to the doctor? When are you going to take me to the doctor? So I finally take him to the doctor. You get the injections and you leave and you start having the allergic reaction. It's like, what's that doctor's name? He doesn't know the doctor's name. So he couldn't Google the doctor to get his number, and I wasn't answering the phone because I guess I left my phone in the car.
Ernie, I didn't even bother calling you because you never answered the phone. I called David.
So, show everybody.
It's
your happy
gone
face
now.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just very swollen. It was like there was a big bump here and a big bump there.
So now, that he's been paralyzed, you'll see his happy face, his sad face, his angry face. Part of our John Waters-esque lives.
Yes, that's what I wrote my Gay Times article about yesterday.
Yeah, before we went to see the Botox injector, I told Michael to wipe all the chocolate frosting off his face because he had chocolate cake for breakfast. So literally, there was frosting right over those places where he was going to get the injections.
Mm-hmm. Well, you said wipe the chocolate from your face.
You don't want him injecting you with frosting.
And that gave me this great idea to write this article about how our lives are a John Waters movie. Oh, and then I had this footage of Rebecca sitting on the floor here trying to open a cardboard box of wine.
Struggling. And you kind of reminded us of Edith Massey when she was doing the Egg Lady.
Right. So I wrote this whole article, this whole column about the similarities between a John Waters movie and our lives.
What were the other examples you cited in that column? You had some good ones. I know you mentioned.
Oh, the 13-year-old at the opening of Castle Fitzjohn's.
Oh, right. There was someone offered their son to Michael for sex. I think they were just doing it to be outraged. They weren't really. They didn't really.
I'm pretty sure they were.
Yeah, they didn't mean it.
But the thing is, they did it in front of the son, which kind of was creepy a little bit. And I apologized to the son. I said, don't be traumatized by this. They said, oh, don't worry, he does all the time.
More,
I don't mean like jaded at 13.
More about trauma when we come back.
And now a word from our sponsor. Welcome back to the Pew.
Welcome back to the Pew.
Welcome back to the Pew, where we are going to just have you in stitches. This is so funny.
Well, we were talking about child abuse
Yeah.
earlier, and this could be considered a form of child abuse, but it's really funny.
But it's so funny, it couldn't be.
Nobody got hurt.
Nobody
really.
got hurt except this 3-year-old boy whose father told him that he has Ebola.
Right, so they're taking his temperature, and then the father says, "Yep, you have Ebola," and the kid's reaction is really funny. So we're gonna play it.
Look at his temperature.
Oh, hell no. You got Ebola.
I have Ebola.
And there's a funny, you can't really see, but his little brother is in the corner going, and then he runs away.
Ridiculous.
It's very funny.
Yeah, sweet. That's the type of prank that I would play on my kid if I had a kid.
Well, that's why we don't have any kids.
Probably.
Yeah, I should have. Because
Bitches want to know.
What do they want to know now?
The Cherry Bomb wants to know how often you get recognized on the street, minding your own business.
First of all, I'm never minding my own business.
While shopping or eating, riding the subway. Is it sometimes scary, or are you just another passerby that goes unnoticed? Does it hurt your ego when you go unnoticed? Oh, yes. I can personally attest that Michael.
Finish reading the
ego
question.
is
This is not your question, it's my question, Mr. Egomaniac.
Or is it better that people don't swarm you like a celebrity? Maybe a good discussion for some future shows?
Well, it has happened. It has happened in the past. It doesn't happen very often. It happened, I think, once with David and I coming home. I've missed a couple of train stops.
It seems like it happens all the time. I mean, Ingrid went to the art store to buy. A friend of ours went to the art store to buy something, and she's such a name dropper that she mentioned Michael's name at some random art store, and they're like, "Oh yes, I'm a big fan. Let me give you a discount."
Yeah.
You weren't even there, and they recognized you.
I mean, in the weird places too, like in the Bronx.
Yeah.
It happens a lot. It actually kind of does hurt my ego when they tell me, right? Like a little bit, if I'm going to be honest. And in fact, there have been times when people have come up to me and I thought they were going to say something like, they'll come up to me like, like that to shake my hand, and I'll have my pen out ready for an autograph. I'll be like, "Do you know where the bathroom is?" That's happened a couple times. Or else I'll be with somebody and I'm trying to impress them, and that'll happen. So.
See you next time.
Bye.